How's it going, Hail Stalkers? You feeling a little tired this morning with that stupid daylight savings time starting? But we're here, 12 p.m. Central Daylight Time now here in Oklahoma City. Lead meteorologist John Choquette for a daily hail forecast. And this one is more of a recap than a forecast. We're going to go over all the crazy stuff that happened over the weekend on Saturday. We had our first real hail event happen on Saturday. If you guys were watching on our page or on our app, you probably saw that we had quite a bit of activity going on. And, we're doing lots of live streaming. We were here for multiple hours on Saturday and sending out those push notifications. So obviously make sure those are set up for you guys. Go into notification options on your desktop computer. Select the regions you wish to be notified for. We sent multiple messages of golf ball size hail up to baseball size hail in Pine Bluff, Arkansas on Saturday. And also just saying we were mapping in areas. And we had a 4-star, 3-star map. So you get all those notifications. You set them up. And make sure you set them to come out on your push notifications, email, or on your desktop computer. All three or a combination of the two. Now we're going into this is what happened over the weekend. We had 76 hail reports, our biggest hail day so far this year. And we had quite a bit of activity. If you see all the little camera icons, these are pictures that we've added to our maps, and we've been slowly adding more pictures as the day has been wearing on. You see we had storms form all the way up just south of Tulsa, and they went all the way down through the Little Rock area. The biggest storms happening in Pine Bluff, and even continuing onward to Greenville, Mississippi, where they also got baseball size hail, and further south into central Mississippi, a couple in northern Mississippi as well. And back here, we can't rule out Texas either. This Mount Pleasant storm's actually been modified a little bit. We had up to baseball size hail. Mount Pleasant got completely demolished on that one. This is our first 4-star map of the year. Benton, Pine Bluff, Whitehall. We had up to 3.5-inch hail, about 54,000 homes affected. Some pictures, see really big hail, big damaging hail as well. A lot of reports of car windows busted out, windows in homes, big dents in roofs and everything. We also had a 3-star map. This one's in Texas, Mount Pleasant. This one happened late at night after about 11 o'clock. Mount Pleasant, Longview, and what was the other time we had here? Dangerfield, Texas. 2.5, I'd probably say baseball size hail, about 35,000 homes on that one. And you see just the amount, I mean, this is a metal roof here. And you got the little awning thing that got completely punctured through like Swiss cheese. And this was a radar image from, we posted this on our Facebook page Saturday night, but it was pretty late. So I wasn't sure if all you guys were going to see it. But this is a classic example of a hail spike. This right here is not any kind of precipitation happening. It's just a fact that there is so much very large hail in this area of the storm, this pink area of the storm, that the radar can't handle it. And it makes this little, we call it hail weenie, basically. This on the storm here, this big hail spike. And when we see that, it indicates that we have very large hail. This is one of the better examples I've seen in a long time. So that's why we took a screenshot and to show you guys that this was a storm that really meant business on Saturday night. And this was pretty late in Mount Pleasant, Texas. And we had one of the 3-star map as well, Greenville, Sardis, and Bentonia, Mississippi, up to baseball size hail there as well, about 19,000 homes affected with that one. Now we're going to, a picture. So now we're going to move beyond what we have for just looking back, and we're going to look ahead at what we're seeing for the next week. If you guys watched Derek's post on his page earlier this morning, he was talking about the impending pattern change and everything going on. So now I'm just going to, this is the latest model data from the American model, the GFS. I haven't really looked at it basically at all. I just kind of thumbed through it in like a second before coming on to the air here, and we're just going to kind of talk about what we're going to be expecting. Things are really about to take a big turn once we get past just this fairly quiet week into this weekend. Saturday was a nice little thing to get everyone's appetites ready to go, and looks like we should see some big time storms moving into this weekend, and then once we get into further into next week. So we thumb through here and we just watch this system. This comes out on Friday, and this is moving into Saturday now. And you see the nice troughing in here, probably pretty good moisture return happening, and this is on Saturday on St. Patrick's Day. And probably be some storms. This will probably be storms in Texas, especially with this bit of energy moving through on Saturday. Moving forward to Sunday, the system continues to just kind of push farther to the north and to the east with more storms possible on Saturday. And then once we get past that, you see, this is the thing I'm most interested in, getting even further beyond this past weekend, or this up next weekend, I mean. This is going into Wednesday, probably be some storms with this as well, pretty potent jet. So we got Tuesday, Wednesday moving forward, and then this is the biggest storm for Friday and going into Saturday. This would be an event going all the way up into like possibly even as far north as the Chicago area, which is pretty crazy. And then more continuing on, and then models get into fantasy land at that point. But you see, the next week is going to be very busy, and the main the main reason why we're going to see such an uptick of activity, other than just things synoptically or in the large scale look more favorable, is we're going to have a lot more. What did I just do? No, hang on, I just hit an ad. All right, we have the more moisture return, and that. So what we've had previously is this past storm, this past weekend. We have see all these colors getting pushed down deep into the Gulf. They're not coming back up. Well, once we get closer to this weekend, you're going to watch it all rise up. All this moisture come back, and you have this is on Friday. You're going to have storms probably this line here from like Austin up through into parts of just east of Dallas, and then into Arkansas and Louisiana. Things push down, but notice it never gets back down. We have the moisture, it keeps surging back up, and now you see on Saturday night we have more moisture pushing even into Oklahoma now, and a little further north as we get into Sunday, I mean, sorry guys. I haven't got my new glasses in yet, so some of the numbers are a little hard to see, but this would be a lot of moisture. We have dew points in the 60s in the Dallas area, and in mid-60s further south into Austin, even 70s and further south into Texas. Lots of good moisture here, and you don't see the moisture going back down. It's hanging out, and even more deep moisture is coming up from the Gulf. The more moisture we get, the stronger the storms can be, the more fuel they have for when the really big system kicks out. Once we push forward a little bit here, you can see moving into Wednesday now, a nice dry line forms. This is a pretty, I haven't seen this yet. That's a pretty strong dry line. So this is on Wednesday evening. That is a strong dry line. So a strong dry line from the Oklahoma-Kansas border just to the west of Oklahoma City down through the Dallas area. This would probably be quite a bit of storms that form. That would be next Wednesday. Again, all the dates and everything for this is not really, none of this is obviously set in stone. Again, we're over a week out, but this is more just showing the amount of activity that's looking possible. Again, I haven't seen this yet, so next Wednesday surprised me a little bit there. That looks pretty good for Wednesday. And then pushing forward, this is where the main event comes in. This is on, we see it jumps quite a bit. This is let's see, Thursday into Friday, and now we move much further east, so we include places even as far east as Nashville, and as far north even, almost into Iowa. And then what is that, on Saturday? Saturday we even get closer to get the East Coast involved into the Carolinas, and then things get a little further out. So again, a lot of activity coming in. This is where we've been talking about this for a while now. Second half of March, stuff was really going to turn on, and it really is starting to look like this weekend, the St. Patrick's Day holiday weekend, we're going to see our first real system come out, possibly as early as Friday, and see some storms, and it'd most likely be somewhere here, kind of in the similar area that we had on Saturday, probably Arkansas and down into Texas, maybe further west, maybe into like more of eastern Oklahoma than what we had on Saturday. And then once we get past Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we could have a pretty good system, again, probably somewhere in here. And then after that, the much better activity probably will even come in on the remainder of the week. It's very possible that we could see hail almost every single day next week once we get into Saturday. So we'll be doing forecasts as usual every single day. And then if warranted, I may start incorporating the 5 p.m. updates as well. Again, depending on how things pan out. I haven't looked at the comments at all yet. Let me just take a second here and see what anybody says. Give me a second just to throw back. How, blah, 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 blah. I think Derek was a bit excited earlier this morning when he posted his own video, #BlameJohn. Yes, the fact that I showed up to the office to Derek doing a video, and I'm like, man, you're stealing all my thunder for today, man. But yes, when Derek gets really excited, Derek gets excited. When he gets really excited, that means big things are coming. So let's see. All hail Arkansas. Waiting on an Austin storm. Need hail in central Texas. Any news for Houston? The Houston area could squeak out. Just literally what I have right here could be a storm on Houston. So that's a couple Sundays from now. Already in Mount Pleasant. Yeah, go Kim. Blame John. Okay. Yes. All right. Yeah, I got that hashtag's really taken off. The Blame John hashtag. I hope it's the Blame John that I'm getting it right. I was saying from January that second half of March stuff was going to take off, and it really now that we're in the range of the computer models, the fact that we're seeing this moisture coming in, this dry line going, the moisture not getting pushed back down into the Gulf, just kind of hanging out the Gulf, so we have it ready and available for these big synoptic, or I say widespread. When I say synoptic, I mean just very large scale threats coming in, and this is causing the ability to have moisture stream much further north, so we can even get risks further into Missouri and Kansas and even Illinois, and better moisture for places in Texas and Oklahoma and places east, even to Tennessee. So a lot of stuff that we're going to be watching all this week. I'll be updating you every single day. I have a couple other things probably planned to check out as well. This week specifically is going to be quiet until we get to this weekend. And then once we get to this weekend, things will probably start rocking and rolling a little bit here. And hopefully my forecast comes out and you guys do your hashtag Blame John because you're really busy with a lot of storms and not because I'm horribly wrong. So this is pretty much all we have for today. Again, not a lot going on today, and we just kind of reviewed what happened over the weekend. And just looking forward, basic summary is things are going to start getting busy, especially if you saw our 2018 hail forecast. The area I have highlighted in red is specifically where things are going to start getting busy. Now, if you're in Oklahoma City, I think chances of Oklahoma City seeing activity out of this is right now I'd probably lean more towards further east of you guys, just because of the whole drought, and the dry line might surge too far to the east. But again, this is pretty far out, and I'm just making educated guesses. So we'll kind of see how things pan out, but I think a lot of you folks in Texas, I think your first real good risks for like the Dallas area and down I-35 through like even Austin, places like Houston, I think you guys are going to get your first real risks as we go through this next week. Places in Tennessee and other parts of Dixie Alley, I think you're going to start seeing your first real risk, especially once we get into next week, that bigger system that's going to be going out, and possibly even Missouri might get involved as well. So we're going to be going over this every single day all week at 12 p.m. We'll be here doing updates, just kind of pretty much looking at the models with the time change. This particular computer model comes in a little bit later, so we're going to be sort of looking at it together. I'm not going to really be able to look at it ahead of time to get an idea of what's going to happen. So like how I saw the risk right here specifically on Wednesday, I saw this for the first time with you guys here, so you'll get to see my excitement or possible disappointment. We'll just kind of see how things pan out. Hopefully do your hail dances and we can see some big time storms happen going into this next weekend. Things are really turning on. I think spring is starting. Spring is sprung. So we should be getting going pretty soon here. But make sure you can view our videos on our app. If you're out working the Mount Pleasant storm and you don't want to get off that map, you can just click on the lightning bolt and our video will pop right up in the corner. You can just keep it in the corner there. The audio will play, so you can just see me in the corner and you continue canvassing the area or looking for where you want to work. And of course, if you want to see us in full screen, you can click on it and rotate it so you can see the full screen version of it. And make sure you follow us on Facebook. I know a lot of you guys already follow us on Facebook, and make sure you make those posts to be showing up at the top of your news feed so you don't miss any of our live coverage, especially when we have a continuing live coverage, because we just send out that one push alert at the beginning and then I'm just kind of going. And if we're going for a few hours, I think we went for like 3 hours on Saturday when Pine Bluff was being hit. So if you pop up and the see first, you see us right at the top of your news feed, so that way you can jump right into that live video. And finally, if you want more info, give us a call at 855-334-4245. Email us even at info@hailtrace.com or visit our website, hailtrace.com. If you guys are watching this on our website, then that's redundant information. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday. drank a lot of coffee. I know I'm pretty tired from that, both a busy weekend and just stupid daylight savings time messing up everyone's sleep schedule. Hope you have a great rest of your day, guys. I'll talk to you later.